Morning everybody, Frank here from Eastern US Bushcraft and Survival. Saturday, January 25th, heavy rain. It's about 9:45 a.m. and I'm just coming out to do an overnighter. It's going to rain all day until they say around 2 or 3 p.m. It's been raining since about 2 a.m. last evening, so everything is thoroughly soaked, as you can see. And where I normally cross is a raging little river right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way to get across to get to where I'm going. Maybe over there. And it was a little sketchy. But I made it, here I am. And I'm pretty hot right now. I got a lot of layers on because it's supposed to get cold. Even though it's warm right now, it's going to be in the low to mid 50s for the high by the time it reaches the high today. But right now it's only in the low 40s. But yeah, that worked out well. So I made it across and I didn't fall in and get wet. All right, I'm gonna try to find a place to set up camp now. All right, so I got a tarp set up finally. It's eased up, the rain's eased up for a moment, but it's still raining a little bit. I just went with a regular A-frame between these two trees. And as you can see, it's pretty flooded back here. And I'm very wet myself. My jacket is soaked. My pants are wet. I do have spandex, polyester spandex tights on underneath of these that, for warmth. And they'll dry out pretty fast. But I'm gonna have to dry these pants. I'm gonna have to get a fire going. I gotta put you guys back under there. It's starting to rain again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a fire going. But first thing I gotta do is try to find some dry wood. And I'm gonna try to do some kind of a platform too, I think. I don't know, maybe not. I might just go right on the ground because I have a couple ground pads, sleeping pads. You can hear the rain's back again. I got you guys underneath of the tarp. so you're good. Yeah, I got to get out here and find firewood. All right, so I changed the setup up a little bit to give myself some room to stand under there and to do my firewood and everything. And as you can see, it's a lot more airy now because I'm very, very wet. My feet are completely wet. Do have a pair of wool socks, a spare pair that got slightly damp as well, but they'll be fine. My jacket is wet. It's a military BDU jacket, military BDU battle dress uniform jacket. It's soaked through. I'm using my tripod as a coat dryer right now. And I'm going to continue to get firewood. I'm just going to stay on the ground tonight. I have my Thermarest, Ridge Rest, and that's just a little foam mat. And I'm going to put my inflatable legit sleeping pad over that. And then I have my 30-degree sleeping bag, or whatever it is, 30 degree, yeah, the mummy bag. And hopefully it's dry. I have it wrapped in a contractor bag, and I have it also inside of a sleeping bag backpack cover that I don't like carrying because it's bright blue, but it's waterproof. So I wrap the bag in that before I put it in the trash bag, so it should be dry. It's so flooded back here, it's crazy. My camp by the marsh is right over there, about 50 yards, 50 meters. I'm gonna show you it's all flooded out. I was considering staying back there, but with all the rain we had, there's no way. It's probably even more flooded now because the tide was coming in. And I don't have a whole lot with me tonight, besides the bare essentials. Like I said, the sleeping bag, because it's gonna go down in the low 30s. And my hatchet, my saw. I brought my Mora, like my fire knife and ferro rod, because like I say, I'm not trying to bring a whole lot tonight, even though it still looks like a lot. Actually the two sleeping pads there I had stashed back here. The ponchos I brought with me, I wore the green one, I ripped it, and then I put the camo one on and I ripped it too. They're just cheap ones. I'm gonna have to get a decent one. But the green poncho that I was wearing when I came in, I paid $2 for it at a flea market, or not a flea market, but a thrift store last week. But it's making a good ground sheet now, so that'll work anyway. I was considering taking, I had a bunch of material, a bunch of logs that I had cut from my last camp out with the heavy wind. And I had brought them back to my bug out camp back here and made a raised bed. And I was planning on staying back here, but it's so flooded, it would be too much of a pain going in and out of there. I'm gonna try to show you now. I probably won't be able to get all the way back in there because it's that flooded. All right, so check this out. That's my way in right over there. I can't even get back there, it's so flooded. I put this wood here because I was gonna use it for firewood. But I don't even think I'm going to. Yeah, my camp is over there. You can kind of see it right down in there. My camp's totally flooded out. That bug out camp is a bust. I can't go there anymore. Not in heavy rain anyway. It's completely underwater, the whole camp. Oh, that stinks. Well, at least I found out while I'm out here instead of while I'm back there sleeping or something. Yeah, check it out. I built a raised bed and it's still above water. I mean, yeah, above water, but not by much. My fire pit is submerged. Just half of the rocks are sticking out. That's crazy. Well, like I said, that bug out camp is a bust. So when the water recedes, if there's anything left there, I'm gonna pull it out of there and take it somewhere else. Yeah, check it out. It's all flooded back in here. That's good. I'm glad I decided to go on higher ground. All right, I gotta get some firewood because I'm running out of daylight. And everything is wet. All right, so I'm still looking for firewood, but I just wanted to show you guys. My jacket is thoroughly soaked. So what I did is I hung it from this tree and stuck a branch in it to spread it open, so hopefully it'll dry it out some. If it doesn't all the way, when I get my fire going, I'll put it over the fire and dry it like that. Still getting firewood though. And I took my sleeping bag out. It's dry. So I managed to get it back here dry even in the torrential downpour. That was cool. So even if I can't dry my clothes before dark, I should be good with the sleeping bag. All right, well, I gotta continue to get firewood. That water's crazy. It's creeping up. I think I'm high enough here though. I know I am, because there's a lot of lower ground over there that's gonna have to fill in before it comes to me. So, but yeah, it's up pretty high. When I originally got down here, I was gonna set up, after I figured out I couldn't set up over there at the bug out camp, I was gonna set up right here between that tree and that tree. But I noticed that water was creeping up. So I went up there, which is probably, I don't know, 5 feet higher than this area here. So, and I've camped in this spot before, a long time ago, and it's never been wet here that I've seen. Not in this exact spot here, but in this area, and I've never seen it wet up here. All right, so I'm still getting firewood. I have a fair amount, but I still want to get more. But I just noticed that this is filling up a lot. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come up here or not. I might have to relocate. I think I'm up higher. I mean, I know I'm up higher, but I don't. To me, it looks like it's going to go that way, back out into the marsh. It looks like all that's lower than where I am. But it's going to be interesting because the spot that I just showed you where I said I was going to set up is now underwater. That's the tree I said I was going to attach to. That one and that one over there. And now that thing's underwater. And it's that close to me. I think I'm up high enough, but I just don't know where it's going to go. If it's just going to keep filling up in there, or where it's going to go. That branch over there was completely on dry ground a half hour ago. Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I think all this is higher ground where I'm at than this down here, but again, I don't know where this is all going to go if it keeps filling up. I mean, I still have plenty of time before dark, so I got plenty of time to move if I have to. See, this is all obviously way lower than me. It's starting to pool up down in there. And all that in there. And you can see I'm over there. So I think I am high enough up. It's going to be interesting for sure. I've never seen it this high before. Yeah, this is a first for me. I think all this is lower than my campsite. I hope. Because if it is, then it's going to go out there into the marsh. That's all lower, definitely lower down in there. So if this is lower than my campsite, then I'm good. If it's not, I'm going to have to move. It's definitely going to be interesting. All right, so it's 1:50 and I have moved. I started working without showing you guys, my fault, but I moved inland. My shelter, you can just barely see it over there, but it's flooding out. And even it might not reach it, but it's getting really close. And even if it doesn't, the wind has picked up and it's coming right across that water, and it's actually pretty cold over there now. So I moved in here to the woodland a little bit, where it's a little out of the wind and definitely higher ground. It's not going to flood here. So I got my setup. The only thing I didn't put out was my inflatable mattress and my sleeping bags in the bag there. And I got to go get my tarp and everything now. I'm going to string up between this tree and one of them trees. And what I think I'm going to do is come straight up off the ground, do a ridge line back there to come off right at head level when I'm sitting, and then come out come out to a pitch out here so I can have the fire partially under with me. I don't know, we'll see how that works out. All right, so check this out. It's so close now. It's crazy. There's my tarp, and there's the water. And the wind, look at the wind. My tarp's just blowing all around. It blew my tripod over that I had my jacket drying on. I had to move it off the tree because it started raining, so I hung the jacket on the tripod. And I had my socks on there, and the wind blew it over. And you can see my tarp blowing around. It's nowhere near as windy in the little edge of the woodland over there, so I'm gonna relocate all this, including the firewood, because I'm running out of time. It's already after 2 and it gets dark like 4:30 or something. Just wanted to show you, I'm not kidding about the the wind over here is so much stronger. I don't know what it is. It's just coming out of the west, I think that is. Yeah, the west. And it's strong at the moment. It's nice though, because my jacket's almost dry, and that's a good thing. And it's hanging back at my new site now, so it shouldn't be a problem drying everything else. My feet are soaked. I'm still wearing the same wet boots and socks. I have a pair of dry socks, but I'm gonna save them for when I'm done for the night, because dry socks later tonight and warm and dry in the morning sounds a lot better than not. Because if I get them now and if I put them on now, they're definitely gonna get wet, and if I can't dry them, then I'm not gonna be liking it in the morning. So I gotta keep getting all this stuff down. All right, so I'm getting ready to set my tarp up now. I'm gonna go on that tree and this tree right here. Yeah, basically the same setup as the other camp, just in a different spot. Yeah, it definitely set me back a little having to go and relocate. I thought I was missing a stake, but I forgot I only took 4 out and I put one in the center. Using these stakes that came with that Ozark Trail bivvy tent. They're nice. They're aluminum and they're really visible. That's the thing I like about them, is easy to see them when I'm cleaning up. All right, camp's all set up. Now I gotta go get firewood. So I just went and got a bunch of oak over alongside the river. And I'm gonna take you over there and show you the trail where I was at is gone. It's just completely underwater. So I'm glad I moved out of there. So this is the trail. If I would have stayed in there, I'd have been, excuse me, I would have been wet for sure, because the trail goes that way. This is normally all dry and well above the marsh line. Even this is above the marsh. I just looked at the weather and there's a river flood warning for the whole area. The whole Philadelphia, Newcastle, Delaware, all that area. Yeah, this is crazy. But I'm up pretty far. I'm up that way, good distance. So I don't think I got anything to worry about now. The quest for firewood continues. It's going to be dark soon. In about another 20 minutes to a half hour, I'm going to start breaking down and processing the wood that I have at my camp and get ready to settle in for the night. That's the river out there. And the marsh. The marsh is on the left over here and the river's out that way. And the river's very flooded as well. This is one ambitious beaver around here. This dude's like eating everything. Crazy, even up in there. Here's a look at the river. It's very high right now. Right at the top of there's a lot of trash down here, unfortunately. But yeah, it's right at the top of the bank, and the tide is going out. So it's going to be higher when it comes back in, because a lot of this water's coming from north from the mountains. They had heavy rain all night, and we had heavy rain all night. So the river is flooded. The fresh water upstream is flooded too, and it's all washing down. And then when the tide comes back in, it's going to push it back. It's going to be high tonight, because it's crazy high now. And the tide has already been going out for about an hour probably. So it's not receding. There's somebody hunting real close by. Just heard them fire off 2 rounds. Yeah, I don't know if they're out there on the marsh or what they're doing. Maybe they're duck hunting. They were close though. I'm gonna keep getting firewood together. Yeah, so I actually forgot I had orange strapping in my pack. So now I'm wearing blaze orange. So hopefully these yahoos don't shoot me while they're out here illegally hunting. Yeah, they were definitely close. Well, I gotta finish getting this firewood done. It's gonna be dark soon. So it's about 10 after 5. I haven't heard any more gunshots, so I guess they got whatever they were hunting for. I don't know where they were. They must have been on a boat, maybe duck hunting, because it's all flooded over there. Unless they were in hip waders hunting. I don't know what they'd be hunting like that, so they were probably in a boat. But yeah, I got decent amount of wood. It's getting dark. It's better lighting on this camera than it actually is out here. But I got a decent amount of wood. I got some more over there to cut if I need it. And I put my umbrella up because the wind changed up and it's kind of coming this way now, but it's not going to affect me with my fire. I'm going to have my fire right there, and I'm getting ready to do that here shortly. Yeah, I wanted to show you too. I did this so these guys would see me. I put a piece of the orange ribbon at all 4 corners, because that way I figure if they caught a glimpse of me moving around under there, they wouldn't shoot me by accident thinking I'm a deer because of the orange. Plus I got this on me too, which I'm getting ready to take off here shortly. I'm glad I had this stuff with me though, because I don't want to get shot because somebody thinks I'm an animal. All right, so the only tinder that I have with me is jute, and I'm gonna rough it up using my saw because all the trees are wet and it takes way too long to pick at it. It's getting dark and it's getting cold and I need fire. And this is working fantastically. So yeah, just be careful, don't cut your fingers. Wipe away from the blade, you know what I mean? Don't wipe your fingers towards it, wipe away from it. And it's definitely fluffing it up a lot. Oh yeah, that's gonna be real good. And I just hope this wood will take flame. Yeah, that fluffed up a lot. I'm gonna use the more like my fire to light it. And I found a big rotten log there I'm gonna use as a reflector. I'm getting ready to give this thing a shot. The sun's getting ready to go down. Trying to pick the driest stuff I can find. It's getting cold out here now. It's like 46 the last I checked, but they said it felt like 41. I had to ditch the wet shoes and socks. They were way too wet for way too long. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to get this thing going. I don't think I need the orange ribbon anymore. Worked out pretty good with using that saw to rough that up. I was surprised. I got tonight for dinner, I got spam and eggs and sausage hash. The fire feels good. All that was very wet. You guys seen it this morning. It was crazy. It's still all flooded out back there. Put a lot of time into kindling tonight. Today, I should say. I went around trying to find the driest stuff I could. When I got lucky, I found some decent stuff. And then I put it up all day too on top of other sticks to keep it off the ground and let the air get under it, because it was windy all day, as you can see. It's still windy, and the wind's coming from the wrong direction from what they said anyway. They said west southwest, but to me it looks like it's coming from, I don't know, from the east almost. I gotta check that. Yeah, so it's coming from the west northwest. So it's coming from the direction they hadn't predicted it to be coming from, I guess. It was supposed to be southerly west southerly winds today, west southwest. But it changed up. And you can feel it, it's much colder. Got a couple new lights I want to try out. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. These were 4 of them for $10. Trying to figure out, this is the first time I used it. I mean, I tried it at home, but I didn't actually use it. Off and on. Yeah, that's cool. I can mount it right over. And they came in a 4-pack for I think it was $10. They're supposed to be for camping because they don't blind you. They're diffused light. It's supposed to be 300 lumens, but I don't know. It's pretty bright though. I got my fire going now. That's good. Try to dry my boots out a little bit. Without burning them. Yeah, that might help. Yeah, these lights are cool because they have these clips on the back. You can hook it like that, but you can also open it up so you can slide it on like I did just right onto my tarp. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna put another one up there and see how that lights it up. And they have 3 settings. It's like high, low, and strobe. Oh yeah, that's much brighter. Yeah, that's good. The fire feels nice. So I got my boots and my socks drying over there. And my pants too. They're almost totally dry. That's pretty good. The fire's going good now. I'm gonna start my dinner here shortly. Yeah, so it's about 6:30. I just put water on for coffee, and my pants are totally dry. I hung my jacket up there now, and it's probably not going to take very long for it to dry either, because that fire's roaring. You guys seeing this? It caught my handle on fire on my cup, on my nesting cup. Caught the plastic on fire. Unreal. Things that don't get into water, I guess. Yeah, it burned the thing off of there. Make sure it didn't get into my water. No, not at all. Yeah, not at all. There's no hole through the lid up there. It was like spot welded on the outside. That's crazy. So, moral of the story is keep your Stanley nesting cup away from open flame. I'm gonna have to put some kind of a wire handle on there. I hear the water boiling. And that is a good thing, because I really want some coffee. I'm definitely gonna look in it with the light before I drink any of it, just to make sure there is no plastic in there. Yeah, there is none. I can see it from here. Nope, just water. And I'll just let that steep for a few. I'm actually going to add a little bit more water to it. That's cooled down now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just put some kind of a wire in there. Yeah, these lights are cool. I only have one lit up top right now. I turned the other one out. The only thing I don't like about them is I can't see the light, the switch that good. Yeah, it's difficult to see it when the light's on. It's actually pretty warm in here. I can feel that heat reflecting back on me. You can see the water cooking out of that wood. And you can hear it too. Everything was soaked back here today. But if you take your time, you can get your fire. Even without bringing accelerants. I didn't bring anything but jute, like I said. And yeah, I mean, I did bring that with me. But that is, you know, just natural fiber. It's not like it's chemical or anything. It was raining hard though. It was rained very hard for about 12 hours straight, and everything was soaked, thoroughly soaked. But the wind came along and helped to dry it out. You guys know how it is. I'm getting ready to have a little bit of this coffee now, and then I'm going to start my dinner. Yeah, it's good. And again, I'm jumping the gun because I have to make some kind of a spatula and an eating utensil as well. I'm working on a spatula because I forgot to bring one, of course. This is actually maple. It's pretty hard. pretty good. I'm gonna make myself another coffee, because that one's about gone. So I'm gonna put some more water on, and I'm gonna start my dinner too. So the Victorinox has a can opener on it that's similar to the P38. I'm going to use that to open up my hash. I'm going to cook this first. Yeah, it's great. Much easier, I guess. I don't know, maybe not. Actually, I think the P38's easier. I'm gonna grab that. Yeah, so I got the P38. I always carry it in my wallet, because that thing on there wasn't even working that good. But I know this will. Pretty cold right now. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but I would guess it's somewhere in the low 40s to maybe upper 30s. I tell you, I'm wore out. All that moving everything around. I had that campsite all set up nice, and then You guys were there, you seen it. Yeah, that was not good. This stuff is amazing if you've never had it. I highly recommend it. Sausage hash. I gotta make a little scoop to get it out of there. I forgot to bring everything. Mora to the rescue. Sound like my water's already almost to a boil too. That's good. Yeah, so it's cooking pretty nicely. smells really good. Says you burn this stuff is the best way to cook it. Still cooking very nicely. Working on just a crude eating utensil. And I made another cup of coffee too. Just updating you guys. It's been a crazy day. All that rain this morning, I knew it was gonna be hectic. But I wasn't expecting the flooding. But it all worked out. I managed to get out of there before it got me. This stuff smells so much better than it looks. It doesn't look like much at all. First time I got it, I kind of thought it looked like dog food. But it certainly doesn't taste like dog food. Yeah, it's almost done. I'm gonna eat this in courses. That's gonna be the first course. I'm gonna eat most of that, and then I'm gonna do my eggs. And maybe the Spam too, depending on how hungry I am. I don't know, that's a pretty good sized can there, but pretty hungry now. I haven't eaten much today at all. I ate 2 packs of Pop-Tarts. No, that's not true. I had 1 pack of Pop-Tarts this morning and some oatmeal. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about the oatmeal. Yeah, this stuff's starting to get nice and crispy looking. That's the way they say it's the best. It's the way it is the best. I don't know. I haven't eaten it any other way, but I ate it that way last time and it was great. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to eat. Alright, so I threw some more logs on the fire and I'm getting ready to sit down and enjoy some of this food. Yeah, that's really good. This stuff's really, really good. Finish eating and then I'll start cooking the eggs. Alright, so I finished up all the hash. I'm getting ready to make some eggs now. I have my eggs. Inside of this coffee mug, along with some butter and some napkins. They're actually coffee filters, but they make excellent napkins. Sorry if I'm blocking your view. It's kind of hard to get in here. I broke one yoke. But the other one's still good. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna cook them till they harden up anyway, because I don't have any toast or anything to sop them up with. I forgot, I wanted to bring some bread with me and I totally forgot. I was like rushing to get out here this morning. I'm gonna throw this piece of Spam in there too. Add a little sodium to it. Looking pretty good. Just gotta brown that Spam a little. So I'm getting ready to eat some of this eggs and Spam now. Pretty cold now. It's 37 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. So that's like 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I like the Spam. I don't eat it a lot. It's got a lot of salt in it, sodium and all, but I do like it. Yeah, the eggs are good too. Very hungry. I didn't realize how hungry I am. I'm still hungry. I might even eat my oatmeal I got. Excuse me, sorry about that. I have 3 packs of blueberries and cream oatmeal, which I might eat as well. Because it's still quite early, and I don't have much. I mean, I do have a lot of firewood laying over there, but not much though, really. Not enough to take me all night. So I'm gonna need some fuel in my body to keep me warm. Reduced to eating like a barbarian. I especially like the burnt part. It's pretty good. Coffee filter makes an excellent napkin. very strong. I mean, you can rip it obviously, but it's stronger than a napkin. And very absorbing. If you just use it for regular napkin and don't try to rip it, it won't rip. Hey, that was pretty good. I think I'm gonna go do one more cup of coffee and maybe some of the oatmeal too. I don't know. I guess I'll wait on the oatmeal. I'm not really super hungry anymore. Now that that's starting to settle on me. But I think I will do another cup of coffee. Alright, so I got the water to a boil again. I'm getting ready to have some oatmeal and one last cup of coffee before I call it a night. And I'm going to eat 2 packs of oatmeal. Alright, there's my coffee. Put a little bit in the bottom so it doesn't stick. Packs of oatmeal. I think I'm going to add a 3rd pack because it's a little thinner than I like. I put a little bit too much water. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's good. I mean, the right. I didn't taste it yet, but I know it's good anyway. But it's good that it's the right mix. It's nice and the way I like it now, thick. I don't like it when it's too thin, like I had it the first time. And I made myself a ice cream man spoon. Nothing special, just like the ones you used to get, the little wooden spoon you used to get from the ice cream man. Got the job done. Wasn't no fancy spoon by any means, but you were able to eat your ice cream with it. Yeah, that's good. Super sweet. I didn't realize how much sugar's in that stuff. All right, so I'm gonna bring you in for my third and final course on this meal. Which is dessert, I guess. Some blueberries and cream oatmeal. Yeah, it's good. Super sweet. Definitely fitting for a dessert food. I'm definitely going to be ready to lay down after this. I got a really nice cold bed going now too, so should keep it warm for a little while. Good, hot, nice and hot. The first cup I did, I let it sit too long while I was messing with everything else, and it got cold on me. That one's good. My reflector wall is now partially inflamed. It's very, very old and punky. It's not going to burn on its own, but it'll smolder while other stuff is burning next to it. And it'll smoke a lot too, I'm sure. At the moment, it doesn't look like there's any wind. My smoke's going straight up in the air. So that's good, because it was crazy windy earlier. Not like last time, but the wind kept switching direction. I mean, today it was from the west northwest, then it went west southwest, then it was straight west, then it was back to southwest again. It's just been changing all different directions. Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a pretty nice coal bed going there. And that log, that big piece of punky log, is taking on some ember qualities. Like I said, it's very punky. When that coal bed goes out, that's going to go out very quickly thereafter, because it's way too wet to burn on its own. But it'll smolder and it'll provide me a little extra heat while it does. The chances of it going up in flames are pretty slim. Alright, well, I'm going to finish up this oatmeal, and I think I'm going to call it a night. So I shall see you guys if anything interesting happens. Good morning, everybody. It's 6:57, and sun's starting to come up, as you can see. It was a good night. Warm all night. I slept through. I woke up once around 3 a.m. and just used the nature's facilities real quick, and went right back in here. It's warm in here. It's not warm out there. I'm totally warm though in the sleeping bed. The Ozark Trail mummy bag, it works to the point that it keeps you warm down. It's 34 degrees right now, and I'm toasty. I'm barefoot in the bag. I've been barefoot in the bag all night, and my feet are totally warm. The downside to it is that the zippers are garbage. I struggled with the zippers every time I got out of this thing. Not getting out, zipping it back up to try to close yourself in. It got stuck on me like 3 times. It was a little bit of a pain, but if once you get it zipped up, it does keep you warm. No doubt about that. Yeah, you can hear the world is waking up. I'm going to lay here for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get up and start taking this thing apart. I don't want to get out. It's so warm in here right now. It's just, this thing is, like I said, it's very warm. It's just, if the zippers were better, this would be an excellent bag. I'd give it about a 2.5 star rating out of 5. Because once you get the zippers up, you stay warm, but it's not the easiest thing. That was pretty cool. There was like a huge amount of birds flying. I'm getting up now. I'm getting ready to put my boots and pants, or pants and boots and all that stuff on, and start cleaning this thing up. All right, so I got the site all cleaned up. all I got to do is pick up my umbrella and my tripod and carry them out. My backpack and everything is on me already, and just about ready to go. Yeah, so the little reflector wall was a success. It burned about almost through, but it still had some time left on it. I could have probably got another hour or maybe even 2 out of it. It was so punky that I knew there was no way it was going to go up in flames, so it was perfect for a reflector. And still had a fair amount of firewood left, even though with the mummy bag you don't need it. So I like that. I was nice and warm. It went down to 34 last night, and I was warm the whole time, so no problem there at all, except for struggling with the zipper. That was I had a hard time getting it up. It kept getting stuck, and I had a hard time pulling the zipper all the way to the top. But once I got it, unstuck a couple times, I figured out. I kept my finger in between the teeth a little bit, and it worked then. But it's not a very good zipper. All right, well, my girl's just called me. She's gonna meet me at the trailhead, so I'm gonna head on out of here. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys again soon.